Good evening, everybody. This is Jimmy. I just wanted to come to you live real quick and talk briefly about Donald Trump and his immigration policy. I've noticed his stance on immigration and the refugees is making everybody really upset. There are some people who are morally outraged and full of righteous indignation that Donald Trump is not allowing immigrants and refugees to come into the country. And I understand. Honestly, I understand both sides of the issue. I understand he's wanting to do it for protectionist reasons, but, the libertarian sort of freedom-loving individual that I am, I kind of also understand why we should actually allow immigrants and refugees to come into this country, even though there might be a slight risk of them going Al-Qaeda on us. However, I can't help but notice the moral outrage a lot of people are making over the entire refugee thing, and they're just decrying it and protesting and screaming and hollering, and they are losing their freaking minds, and they are posting Bible verses and, calling people non-Christians and all sorts of things over, where you stand on this issue. And I can't help sit there and think, most of these people who are upset over his immigration policy, up until this moment, they really didn't actually care very much, one way or the other, about refugees and immigrants, even though they would say they would. But, at the end of the day, what are they doing about it? Are they opening their homes to complete strangers from Syria and Iraq and Iran and Saudi Arabia and Afghanistan? Are they paying organizations and making donations to support immigrants coming over here? If you are, that's cool. But, and I fully support that. Then you have every right to be upset. But if you're not, then your moral protest and getting upset over it is just self-righteous beating of the chest, and you need to shut up. Because honestly, your opinion has no moral superiority. It's just, a veil for self-righteousness. You love for the government to take care of other people. But, you yourself will not even lift a stone or burden of anybody else. Jesus condemned things like this, You're all for championing for the cause of the poor and the immigrant and the refugee and all those sort of things, but you're not even willing to so much lift a single pound off their back yourselves. You just kind of expect the government to do it for you because you're so morally righteous and pure and, just so God-fearing in the heart. So anyway, this is Jimmy. Just wanted to kind of point out a little bit of hypocrisy that I couldn't help but notice that people are engaged in over Trump's policy, of which I don't agree with Trump and his stance on the refugees and immigrants and that sort of thing. But I'm not doing it in some sort of self-righteous, pricky sort of way. I'm not being hypocritical about it. I just think, hey, it's a good policy. We should allow people to come in. So those of you who are getting all upset, just be nice and don't say anything, because you have no moral authority on which to stand to sit there and protest and get upset. So anyway, this is Jimmy. You guys have a good night. God bless you.